Student, we are going to start a new lesson number 2, instruction set and programming of 8085. In previous videos, we have seen what is microprocessor, what are its features, what are the programming model. In this lesson, we are going to learn instruction set of programming of 8085. Instruction set that is very important in order to know programming skills. This instruction set will help you in writing programs. In this video we will discuss all the basic and minor concepts of programming model that is necessary to write a programs. So we start our lecture. Addressing mode of a microprocessor. The first topic in this lesson is addressing mode of a microprocessor. Before starting what is addressing mode of a microprocessor, I would like to give you an example. This example will help us to understand what is the addressing mode of microprocessor, why we need addressing mode, and why it is useful to understand what is addressing mode of 8085 microprocessor. In this picture, let us consider one classroom. In that classroom there are students and teachers and lecture is going on. Now let us suppose teacher to be a microprocessor and student data. In order to ask question to all the student, teacher may either point to a student by name or by roll number, or either by saying the position of a student by bench, first bench, second bench, third bench or last bench. This complete system becomes an addressing mode where microprocessor need to specify a data by particular format. Microprocessor will specify a format to point a data. Let us study this in a definition format. Addressing mode of a microprocessor is a various format of specifying the operand. This operand is what? It is a data. Addressing mode is a various format of specifying. Okay. Now the operand can be a data that is either 8-bit or 16-bit. Listen carefully. The operand can be a data that is 8-bit or 16-bit. Understood, student? You got the idea that we have derived from the picture? In this example, the idea may be clear. Understood? Why I have given this example? Okay. Why given this example? Here this microprocessor, consider this microprocessor and the operand. Okay. Now microprocessor will be like what? A teacher. It is like a teacher in a classroom. Okay. Now this operand becomes the student. The various way to ask a question from a student by using a roll number or by name, this becomes what? A format. So like that only microprocessor also is a various format. Addressing mode of microprocessor is a various format of specifying the operand. Understood, student? This definition is clear. Now definition of microprocessor of addressing mode is clear. This is a definition. What is the addressing mode of microprocessor? What you are going to write for definition? Addressing mode of microprocessor is a various format of specifying the operand. This operand can be a data 8-bit or 16-bit. Okay. Now addressing mode. In addressing mode, whatever we give information to the computer or microprocessor, it is with the help of instruction. instruction. This instruction will be having combination of opcode and operand. Here opcode is also called a machine code. It's also called as a machine code. Now addressing mode indicates a way of locating data or operands. Any instruction may belong to one or more addressing mode. Every instructions, okay, whatever instruction we will consider, it will be belong to one or more addressing modes. Now how many addressing modes are present in 8085 microprocessor? Let us see how many addressing modes are there in a microprocessor. Microprocessor 8085 has 5 addressing modes. It has 5 addressing modes. First addressing mode is direct addressing mode. Second one, register addressing mode, immediate addressing mode, register indirect addressing mode, implied addressing mode or implicit addressing mode. There are 5 different addressing mode. Okay, now read this: direct addressing mode, register addressing mode, immediate addressing mode, register indirect addressing mode, implied addressing mode or implicit addressing mode. In some book you can find implicit addressing mode, in some book you will find implied addressing mode. Both addressing modes are same. These 5 addressing modes are very important that we need to remember. Okay, so let us write all these 5 addressing mode once again. So which were the 5 addressing mode? First one, it was a direct addressing mode. Second one, register addressing mode. Third one, register indirect addressing mode. Fourth, immediate addressing mode. Fifth one, implicit or implied addressing mode. Now we will learn all this addressing mode in detail. Let us first learn direct addressing mode. In direct addressing mode, the address appears after opcode of instruction. The address appears after the opcode of instruction. Remember this thing. The address appears after the opcode of instruction. The address of operand is specified within the instruction. Means in the instruction there will be specified a address also. Now direct addressing mode are 3-byte instruction. This instruction is 3-byte, means each byte will be having some different allocation. Let us see this allocation. Byte 1 will deal with opcode. Byte 2 lower order address. Byte 3 higher order address. Repeat. Byte 1 it will indicate opcode. Byte 2 will indicate lower order address. Byte 3 higher order address. To understand this more clearly, let us take one example. Let us consider one example. Here one instruction is specified, that is STA C300H. Now this STA will become your operand. Okay, it will become your instructions. Now here it will have address. This is a address. This is what? Address. Okay, now this is what? Instruction. This is what? This is instruction. Okay, clear? We have address also and instruction also. Now address is specified in the instruction. That is why this becomes a direct addressing mode. Now, what is the role of this instruction? Let us consider we have one memory location. I have one memory location. Okay, I have one memory location. Now, this memory location can be continuous. There may be many memory locations in microprocessor. Now, I have my one data. Let us consider here I am writing a data 89. This data is present in some register. Let us consider A. Now take a look over this example. In this example it is given STA. STA, full form of STA, we will consider this in our instruction part. Okay, so presently just you understand STA means, ST means store, A means accumulator. Store the content of accumulator in memory location C300. Here I have a content of accumulator. I need to store in a location. So here may be a location, like suppose I have C200, I can have like this, then C300, C301. Okay, this H means indicate hexadecimal. This H indicates hexadecimal. Now, where we need to store this content? In the location C300. Okay, in the location C300, that is here. Once we applied this instruction STA C300, then the data from accumulator will be stored in C300. Okay, this is the main purpose of instruction. This is one example of direct addressing mode. Like this we have many instructions. We will consider that all instruction in our coming videos. Now let us consider the meaning that it is a 3-byte instruction. How it is 3-byte instruction? Here byte 1, byte 2, byte 3. My instruction was STA C300H. In this STA, the first byte will have the opcode of STA. The first byte will have the opcode of STA. In microprocessor, data can be either 8-bit or 16-bit. That is why this address is been divided into two parts. This C300 and 00, we have divided this address into two parts. C3 at one side, 00 at one side. In this, C3 will indicate higher order address and 00 will be a lower order address. Understood? This 00 will be lower order address and C3 is higher order address. You have understood what is a direct addressing mode? In direct addressing mode, we have address specified directly into the instruction itself. See this example. Here we have directly specified address also in the instruction itself. That's why it becomes a direct addressing mode. It is a 3-byte. 1 byte is for instruction, 1 byte for lower order address and 1 byte for higher order address. Let us consider another type of addressing mode. This is register addressing mode. In register addressing mode, the source operands are general purpose registers whose name is specified within instruction. What this line means, read once again. In register addressing mode, the source operands are general purpose registers in which name is specified within instruction, whose name is specified within the instruction. Now, what is this general purpose register? To understand this, what are general purpose registers? how many registers are there in microprocessor 8085 that we are going to use. I am listing it on the screen. There is a register A. This is a primary register. It is called a primary register, and the name is accumulator. It is a primary register. It is called as a accumulator. It is called as a accumulator. Now another register we have B, C, D, E, H and L. These are all general purpose registers. They are all general purpose registers. Please note it down. These are all general purpose register. These instructions are single byte instruction. All the actions occurs within CPU. Let us see some example of register addressing mode. Let us take example. I am taking one example, MOV. It is called move A comma B. This is one example of register addressing mode. Now what is the meaning of move A comma B? In this we have two registers. One register will become a source. This will be our source. Another register will become a destination. When we need to copy data from source to destination, at that time we use this instruction move A comma B. I am demonstrating it with an example. Suppose I am having two values. Okay, here one value and here one value. Okay, now this is been indicated by one register. It is A and here it is B. Let us see the values. Suppose in B, the instruction B is having a value like 20 and here it is 10. When I will use move A comma B, at that time the data from B will be copied into A and content of A will get changed into 20. In this situation, one thing we notice that the data from source is remain unchanged, but the destination data that was before 20, it was 10, it got changed. So these instructions or these addressing modes we use in order to transfer data from one register to another register. Only registers. Okay students, understood this data? Let us see back the explanation what it says. In explanation we found that the addressing mode is having the source operands, okay, whose names are specified in a general purpose register, whose name is specified in the instruction. Okay, source. Now what was the source? If I write A move A comma B, then what is my source? Source become my B. Okay, B becomes source. So in instruction itself I specify my source and destination. So that is why it is a register addressing mode. This is single byte instruction because only one byte is needed to specify it as a opcode. In this we don't have any address, 4-digit number we have here. No numbers, no data. So it is a one byte, a single byte instruction. Understood everyone what is register addressing mode? Let us take one more example on register addressing mode. In my register, it is suppose I am having B register and here I have L register. Okay, now suppose in B it is 30, here 40. If I write move B comma L, then what will be the content of B register? Take your pen, paper ready and solve this. What is the content of B? Yes, correct. The content of B will be changed to 40 because the data will be copied. Understood? This is all about register addressing mode. Now we will see the third type of addressing mode, that is immediate addressing mode. In immediate addressing mode, data appears immediately after opcode of instruction. In this instruction, actual data is specified within instruction. These instructions are either 2 or 3 byte. Please read these 3 points again. In immediate addressing mode, data appears immediately after opcode. Data will appear immediately after opcode of instruction. In this instruction, actual data is specified within instruction. These instructions are either 2 or 3 byte. Let us understand this immediate addressing mode with an example. In this example, we have MVI A,00H. Now what it means? First, what is the meaning of this MVI? MVI means move immediate data. Move immediate data 00 into register A. Move immediate data 00 into accumulator. Why we need this immediate addressing mode? Suppose we have already specified data. We have particular data. Okay, we want that particular data already initialized. That particular data 00 is there. We have to move into so and so register. At that time, when data is given actually, then we use this instruction. Understood? Let us see one more example. Okay, more detailed example on what is MVI A,00. Suppose in register A there is some data already. Okay, but I have a data 00. My data is what? 00. This data I want to move into A. In order to move this data, we need directly to specify MVI, that is MVI A,00. If I change one example, I am changing the example again. Now here, if I write MVI H, 1, 2, H. Now what is the meaning of this instruction? According to this instruction, in register H, data 12 will be copied. It will be given into register H. This is immediate addressing mode. It is a 2 or 3 byte addressing mode. Why it is called 2 byte or 3 byte? This 1 byte we need to specify the opcode, okay, for the instruction, and another byte is needed for the purpose of data. 1 byte opcode and 1 byte for data. Total it becomes what? It becomes a 2 byte addressing mode. Understood? What is immediate addressing mode? Now the next type of addressing mode is register indirect addressing mode. Register indirect addressing mode. In this addressing mode, the content of register pair points to the address of the operand. The register pair, consider HL pair, is specified for address in 16-bit address of memory location. These are generally 1 byte instruction. In this addressing mode, if we want to point memory location, we need a pair, that is HL pair. HL pair is only one pair that will be needed to point a 16-bit address of memory location. Let us understand it with an example. Let us consider one example, move a comma m. In beginning I have specified general purpose register. What were there? Take this video back and see that general purpose register. In that general purpose register, is there any letter specified with M? No. Then what is M? How we use this M here? To make this doubt clear, I will give one example. Let's go to the example. Okay. Suppose I have one memory location. This can be a continuous block from C200, C201, C202, like this infinite number of memory locations are present. Okay. Now if I want to take the number from memory location, in my memory location, suppose in C200 there is a number 01. I need this number to be copied into accumulator. This number to be copied into accumulator. From memory to direct accumulator, it is not possible. So what we do? We will have one register pair, that is HL. This HL we will make it to point to location C200, and this HL together will be called as M. This HL, when it comes in pair, will become a memory. Okay, so this means it will be given in memory. This 01 is there in memory. So what I should use? I should just write like this, move a comma m. When I write this, my data will be get copied into accumulator. Done this copied work. That is why it is called a register indirect. Directly it is not specified. We will be given a letter M. We will be having a letter M. It will be given indirectly. We have to understand that it is a HL pair. HL pair together will be called a memory. It is a memory. So whenever you see the letter M, that addressing mode will become register indirect addressing mode. Okay, whenever we will see a letter like this, move a comma m. Another example I am giving, like move C comma m. This is also register indirect addressing mode. Another example, if I write add m, this is also a register indirect addressing mode, because here the word m is been specified, which is giving indirect specification for HL pair. This register indirect addressing mode is understood to all. If yes, then I am going to begin with next type of addressing mode, which is implicit addressing mode. In beginning of this I told implicit addressing mode is also been called as a implied addressing mode. The another name for this addressing mode is also implied. If implied is given, if in exam it is asked to write a note on implied addressing mode, then the same answer is there, same answer. If they ask to write a note on implicit addressing mode, then also it is the same. We need to remember these two words, because in exam either of these two words they use for explanation purpose. They can ask in your question, explain implicit addressing mode, okay, or explain implied addressing mode. Okay, now let us understand what is implicit addressing mode. Implicit addressing mode, in this type of addressing mode, generally an operand is not specified between the instruction, but it is predetermined. I am highlighting this word, operand is not specified, but it is predetermined. Predetermined means it is already assumed that it is there. In this, generally the operand is accumulator. 99.9% of time the operand is accumulator itself. It is a single byte instruction, it is a 1 byte instruction. Once again go through this. In this type of addressing mode, generally operand is not specified, remember, between the instruction, but it is predetermined. Generally the operand is accumulator, it is 1 byte instruction. Let us understand this with one example. Consider this example CMA. In this instruction there is no data is given, no address is specified, no operand is specified, only instruction is given itself. What is the operand? When we have like this data, that becomes a operand like this. If it is specified, then it is a operand. But in implicit addressing mode, no operand or data or address is specified. That is why it is called implicit addressing mode. In this, action occurs in CPU itself. Action will occur in CPU. Now what does this instruction means? This instruction means complement. CM means complement, A means register A, complement the content of accumulator. It is told that in this, generally we will have accumulator only. Okay, generally the register that we will use in implicit addressing mode, it is a accumulator, but we don't specify anywhere separately, not by data. Okay, all it is predetermined. Now what does it means? Whatever will be there in accumulator, it will get complement, one's complement. Let us take the example. Okay, here suppose in accumulator I have my data 06H. If I convert into binary, how I will convert it? I will convert this first 0 like this, 0 0 0 0. Now next I will convert 6 in this way, 0 1 1 0. When I will apply CMA, then what is going to happen? Whatever is there in 0, it will get replaced by 1, and whatever 1 is there, it will be get replaced by 0. Then accumulator will contain 0 0 will become like 1 1 1, then 1 0 0 1. Now this will be my data in accumulator. This will be my data in accumulator. That is the meaning of CMA. It was one simple example. Like this, many instructions are there on implicit or implied addressing mode. Then you have the content of accumulator will get changed in this way. This 1 1 1 will be what? F. This 1 0 0 1 will become 9, F 9H. Okay, F9H. 06 will be converted into F9H if I use CMA. Everyone, you have understood what is CMA, what is implicit addressing mode, what is implied addressing mode. In this way we have completed 5 addressing modes. 8085 has 5 addressing modes: direct addressing modes, register addressing mode, immediate addressing mode, register indirect addressing mode, implied addressing mode, or implicit addressing mode. Let us take a fast revision what we have done. Let us revise. We have understood what is the definition. In your notebook, write the definition of addressing mode. What is the addressing mode? Write the definition of addressing mode of 8085. Okay, this is your first question. What is the definition of addressing mode of 8085? Addressing mode is defined as the various format to specify the operands. It is defined as various format to specify the operands. Now write down all the addressing modes that you have studied. Write down all the addressing modes. All the name of 5 addressing modes. Okay. The first addressing mode was direct addressing mode. Second, register addressing mode. Third, register indirect addressing mode. Fourth, immediate addressing mode. Fifth, implicit addressing mode or implied addressing mode. Third, what is the name of this addressing mode? Move E, comma A. What is the name of this addressing mode? It is register addressing mode. How many byte it is? It is a single byte instruction. Okay. Now, can you say what is the name of this addressing mode? What is the name of this addressing mode? Yes, it is direct addressing mode. It is how much byte? It is a 3 byte. First byte is for instruction, second byte is for lower order address, third byte is for higher order address. First byte is for opcode, second byte lower order address, third byte higher order address. In next video we will consider how many groups are there in microprocessor, how many groups of instructions are divided, how many groups are there in which instructions are divided, that we will learn, and we will see what are the explanations on instruction set. All the instructions, there are totally 120, approximately 120 instruction set. If we know all this 120 instruction set, then it is be very easy to perform a code or to write a program in microprocessor. Okay students, so we stop the lecture here. I am giving thank you to all for listening all these videos. If any query or comment you have, any doubt you have, write in the comment box. Thank you. Thank you.